Good morning, Justin. You've just announced the group's full year results. What do you consider to be the highlights?
Well, I'm very pleased about this set of results. The group revenue increased to £1.6 billion, which is a record. The operating margin increased from 5.4% in 2013 to 5.8% in 2014. And we're still on our way to our aspiration of through the cycle margin of 6.5%. We continue to make progress in our business improvement initiatives. We're continuing to improve the way we handle our equipment to improve our utilisation rates. We're transferring technology around our business better than ever before. And we have a long-term trend of improving our risk management on contracts. And last but not least, we're continuing to make progress with our large projects initiative. And in 2014, 25% of our revenue came from these large projects. And we completed in the year our largest ever project that the group had performed in Wheatstone in Australia. The markets in which we're operating are starting to improve, particularly the US market, where we are market leader and where we worked in every state in the Union in 2014. In Europe, we're continuing to perform well in challenging markets, and our margins improved in Europe. And Asia, we're very well set for the long term.
Good morning, James. We've just heard an overview of the results. Can you give us more details about the financials?
Certainly. As you know, Keller has an excellent record of cash generation, and I'm delighted to say that that was continued in 2014. Cash generated from operations was £165 million, which is 117% of EBITDA. In the second half of the year, we refinanced most of our debt. We raised a new 5-year revolving credit bank facility, and we also raised $125 million in the US private placement market. As a result, at the end of the year, we've got an exceptionally strong balance sheet with plenty of facilities. We're operating well within our covenants, and we have plenty of scope to invest in future growth, whether that's capital expenditure for our existing businesses or investments in new acquisitions. Another feature, I guess, of Keller's finances in the year was our dividend. We've got a long track record over 21 years as a public company of increasing or maintaining the dividend every year, which is a record that few companies can match. And I'm delighted to say that in 2014 we increased our dividend by 5%, giving a total payout of 25p in the year.
Now, revenues are well ahead in North America. What's behind that, and is it sustainable?
Well, Keller has market-leading positions in North America, both in the States and in Canada, and we've been steadily growing our market share over time. In the last couple of years, in the States in particular, we've been helped by the construction market, which has returned to a steady growth, and that's something we expect to continue for the foreseeable future. Private non-residential construction expenditure, which is key to Keller, was up 7% in 2014, and our businesses have grown on the back of that. The residential market's continuing to grow, and housing starts are still at a level which is well below historic norms. Market conditions in Canada, however, are somewhat more challenging. Investment in the resources area has largely dried up, although investment in commercial construction continues at a reasonable rate. So while our Canadian businesses have a more challenging backdrop, I do expect 2015 to be another year of progress in Canada. Coming back to North America as a whole, I'm pleased to say that contract awards remain at a very healthy level, and our order book as we go into the new year is at a record level.
So Justin, you're continuing to invest in Asia and Africa. What are the biggest opportunities there?
Well, around the world we see a general trend of urbanisation and population centres increasing in cities. And this means that there'll be a larger and more complex infrastructure projects. And we're taking advantage of that both in Asia and in Africa. We've been in Asia now for many years, particularly in Singapore, Malaysia and India. We recently announced a large ground improvement project at Changi Airport in Singapore, where we're preparing the ground for a very large expansion to the airport there. We bought a business in Africa at the end of 2013, and that will be a great platform for us to transfer technology from other parts of the group into Africa. And in 2014, we did a very good design build project in Algeria on a power station.
And what should we look out for in 2015?
Well, I'm excited about our opportunities and prospects in 2015. Our strategy holds up very well. We have been following the same strategy now for many years, and I expect that to continue into 2015 and beyond. It's a mixture of organic growth, targeted acquisitions in high growth markets, transferring technology around our business. We're continuing to bid on many exciting prospects. We've had recent awards, the Changi Airport one I already mentioned, the most recent award on an infrastructure project at a railway in Austria, and also a job in the Caspian region. Our work in hand is up 8%, so I'm looking forward to 2015 with great confidence.
Justin Atkinson, Chief Executive of Keller Group plc, thank you very much.
Thank you.